You know how some companies just seem to have it all figured out? Like they're playing a different game, always one step ahead? Well, a lot of the time, they have a secret weapon. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on one of the biggest names in fashion to see exactly how they do it.
I mean, you know the name, right? Zara. They're a global powerhouse. You see their stores in pretty much every major city, promising beautiful, trendy fashion for everyone. They sell clothes. Simple as that. Or is it?
And that's the real question we're digging into. Because while you see all those racks of clothes, the true engine behind Zara's incredible success might be something you can't see at all. It might just be their mastery of information. So, first up, let's talk about something Zara is famous for: speed. Because in the world of fast fashion, they're not just fast, they are on a whole other level.
Okay, picture this. A designer spots a new trend. They sketch out an idea, pen to paper, or, more likely, stylus to tablet. Now, in a typical company, you might see that design in stores, maybe 6 months from now? Next season? But Zara? Well, Zara isn't a typical company.
Get this, 15 days. That's it. That is how long it takes for a concept to go from a designer's brain to a physical piece of clothing on a rack in thousands of stores all over the world. It's an absolutely insane pace. So how on earth do they pull this off? Well, it's not magic. It's a super sophisticated system. A finely tuned information system coordinates the entire process. Their store managers are like on-the-ground trend spotters, using mobile devices to order new stuff twice a week based on what you, the customer, are actually asking for. And by keeping their factories and suppliers close by, they can make it happen in record time. It's this constant flow of information that creates a constant flow of new products, creating that get-it-before-it's-gone urgency we all know. But here's the thing. This incredible system isn't just about moving fast for the sake of it. No, it's a powerful strategic weapon. And to really understand how, we need to look at some of the secret blueprints that business strategists use to analyze any company out there. First, you have to understand the battlefield. No company exists in a bubble, right? They're all part of a business ecosystem, this huge, complex web of customers, suppliers, competitors, you name it. Everyone's interacting with each other. So how do you even begin to make sense of all that chaos? Well, a brilliant strategist named Michael Porter gave us this framework. Think of his 5 forces model like a weather forecast for an entire industry. It helps you understand all the pressures a company is facing, from new competitors, from powerful customers, from demanding suppliers, from other products, and of course, from the rivals they already have. All right, now that we have our weather report, let's apply it. Let's see exactly how Zara uses its information systems to dominate the fashion landscape. This is so cool. Check out how Zara uses technology to defend against every single one of those forces. Worried about new companies? Well, Zara's massive database of customer info is incredibly hard for a newbie to replicate. What about powerful buyers? Zara's apps use AI and augmented reality to guide the shopping experience, giving them more control. Powerful suppliers? Nope. Their computer-controlled cutting tech makes assembly so easy they can work with tons of different suppliers, meaning no single one has too much power. And against their main competitors, their information systems help them hit goals like sustainability and efficiency, giving them an edge. For every threat, they've built an information-powered shield. So we've seen how Zara defends against the outside world. Now, let's pop the hood and take a look at the engine that makes it all possible: their information resources. There's this really important idea in strategy that splits resources into 2 buckets. On one side, you've got IT assets. That's the stuff you have: the servers, the software, that giant customer database. But on the other side, you've got IT capabilities. And that's about what you can do with the stuff you have. It's the skills of your team, their ability to manage complex projects, their knack for building relationships. See, Zara doesn't just have the fancy assets. They've spent years building world-class capabilities to make those assets sing. Okay, so they've built this amazing system. But in a world where tech and fashion change in the blink of an eye, how does a company like Zara actually sustain that advantage? How do they stay king of the hill? They build barriers. You can think of them like defensive moats around their castle. I mean, for a competitor to copy Zara's systems, it would take a massive, expensive, and super complicated project. They don't have the years and years of unique customer data that Zara has. They don't have the brand recognition or the key partnerships. And honestly, Zara just got there first, building a huge, loyal customer base. These barriers make their advantage really, really hard to beat. But now we get to the ultimate secret weapon, for real. It's not just about having a great system or strong defenses. The absolute pinnacle is having what strategists call dynamic capabilities. This is a fancy term for a simple idea. It's the ability to not just use your resources, but to constantly change, adapt, and evolve them in a world that's always in flux. And this, right here, is Zara's true genius. They've baked these capabilities right into their DNA. First, they sense what's happening. Their store managers are literally trained to listen to you, the customer, and report back on new trends every single day. Then they seize the opportunity. They have these collaborative teams that are empowered to act on that information immediately. And finally, they transform. Their super agile supply chain can get that new trend designed, made, and into a store in just 48 hours. Sense, seize, transform. That's how they're always ahead of the curve. So, after all that, what's the big takeaway? How can we take these lessons from Zara's playbook and actually use them? Here's the bottom line. Information isn't just a bunch of numbers sitting in a database. It's not passive. When you use it the right way, it becomes a powerful, dynamic, strategic resource that can build a company and protect it from the competition. So here it is, the strategic toolkit we've just unpacked. You can use the 5 forces to get a clear picture of the world outside your business. You can use the resource-based view to understand your unique strengths inside your business, what you have and what you can do with it. And most importantly, you can work on building dynamic capabilities, so you're always ready to adopt and evolve no matter what comes next. And that brings us to one final thought for you to chew on. Whether you're working in a huge company or just starting your own thing, take a look around. What customer feedback, what market data, what little piece of internal knowledge is everyone else overlooking? What's your hidden information resource that you could turn into your own secret weapon?